channel, coming to you live with the new reaction. I definitely appreciate y'all for checking out the last video. If you haven't, please go do so. It was just me reacting to a lawyer breaking down Casanova's case. With the racketeering, the RICO case, and it was announced today too that he actually was able to put up a $2.5 million bail with help of some other people. So yes, definitely check that out just so we can make sure we're all, kind of being on the same accord, know where we're going with this. And I ask, please, guys, please subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you guys want me to react to. I want to make this a community family channel where we can all, kind of be in the same accord. You guys can be a part of the experience. You know what I mean? We can kind of build something here, and then from there, man, we just building a community together. And we kind of, I would even like to react to videos with some of you guys. So, I'm in Philly, but we can make it work. We got Zoom, we got different other ways we can do it, and then eventually we'll be able to do it in person. But today we're gonna be reacting to a video from Ebro and Rosenberg from Ebro in the Morning on Hot 97. There was a rapper that passed away named MF Doom. He was really popular in the 90s. He actually is really known for wearing a metal mask on his face. A lot of rappers I'm into, like Trippie Redd, Drake, Tyler, Earl, they used to, Joey, and rest in peace, Capital Steez. They love MF Doom, bro. And I know a little bit of Doom. I know my favorite song is Raid with him and Med. I love All Caps Accordion. What's it? The whole album Mad Villainy with Madlib, bro. But yeah, rest in peace. He had passed on October 31st, but we didn't find out. Well, at least it wasn't told to the world until New Year's Eve. So yeah, let's just get into it, man. Let's react to this.
From New York to the world, subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
R.I.P. MF Doom. We found out over the break that MF Doom, whom you may not know the name, because there are a lot of people who do not know the name. He was a very prolific, lyrical, just a quintessential, in my opinion, underground rapper. Did it at a time when, streaming and the internet, he kind of, I feel like he was one of the guys that really got it going too.
What, internet-wise?
Yeah, just, he was on Stone's Throw. Yeah, did some projects on Stone's Throw Records, but just working underground and just,
That's how I remember him.
Really doing it for the culture.
Yeah. I mean, it was, he comes from the era of, it was the beginning of ordering your music online.
Right.
You would go to websites and order the vinyl, order cassette, and he got big there, and then bridged the gap all the way to the streaming. I mean, he really, he fathered a lot of almost all the underground that exists today.
How about this? If you was paying attention to rap, and you've been a rap fan like, many people on this show since the 80s. MF Doom, you may know him as KMD.
Zev Love X.
Zev Love X.
Yeah.
The record Peach Fuzz.
What? Fire. Yeah, he was the lead rapper from KMD, which came out with Third Base. His first appearance was on the Gas Face. He had the verse on the Gas Face, and then, his brother Sub Rock died, and he came back.
I actually remember reading that like the past couple of days. He had a brother, bro, that died because he was crossing a highway, got killed. Rest in peace, man. That's crazy. On top of that, another artist that was really a big person to me, kind of getting to know Doom, is Bishop Nehru. They had an album called Nirvana Doom. It was like Bishop was probably like 17, 18, and Doom, bro, he just embraced them. And Bishop Nehru is still dope. He's like a crazy underground artist. He's making bread on his own. And Bishop Nehru been in the game for a while, but Capital Steez 100% is the person I know that definitely put me on Doom the hardest hits. I used to listen to a lot of hip hop, like, bro, I'm 26 now, but back in high school, like, nobody was listening to that. It was Chief Keef, it was all Chicago drill. I was listening to Joey, and then that kind of took me back to Tribe and Wu-Tang, and I remember checking out Doom, but Pro Era definitely put me on Doom the most, and then Tyler and Earl for sure, because I know Earl loved Doom, bro. Earl for sure.
with as MF Doom, this character. And I think,
and now many people may have seen it though. The Iron Mask.
yes, exactly.
People may have seen his face, seen his caricature.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is a great message. I was watching an interview of his from a few years ago with Red Bull Academy, and he talked about how the mask was to represent. The point of it was, don't judge. I'm tired of people being judged by what they look like. Judge me by what I sound like. So I don't even want anyone to see my face. But Ebro, I love this. He also acknowledges, like, oh yeah, also it's a cool gimmick too.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
The mask
but
is
that's
fire.
but even let's go to pop music. That's like the lady Sia. You know, who's a songwriter, wrote mad hits. You don't never see her face.
Oh yeah, no, she ripped off Doom. To some degree. And also, real quick, if you are super interested, Cypher Sounds and I got together on Saturday. Bro, we worked for like 5 hours on Saturday on this Wanep is Doom podcast, a 2-part series. It just went up on iTunes.
You know what's a crazy John, bro? And sorry to keep pausing, but Wanep, he just mentioned Wanep. Wanep's theme, bro, is probably the first hip hop podcast I ever got introduced because of Mac Miller. And they used to have Vic Mensa when he first came out, and I was listening to him. Chance, I believe, was Chance on there? No. Kanye was on there. Kanye, bro, that was around the time when Yeezus came out, and when Ye was doing all those interviews when he was like talking like about all like trying to be with these corporations and new slaves and stuff. And I'm happy to see they did Wind Up again. I gotta check that out. I know they did an MF Doom episode because I can learn some more about MF Doom. And it sucks too because it's like I did listen to Doom a little bit, but I'm not a bandwagon person, but it makes you, and it's the worst thing to say, but it makes you want to check the artists out more when they pass. Just because, and Jadakiss said it before, man, passing away is your best marketing. People want to check you out. Your record sales go up. It's a bad thing. I pray him of doing on his masters. I can't imagine he wouldn't because he's been independent forever. Man, he even had that streaming coming. He had the Adult Swim show too. So, yes.
If you go subscribe to One Ep is Dead wherever you find podcasts, I interviewed we had Bobito, Curious George, Peanut Butter Wolf, Just Blaze, Pete Nice from Third Base. So we did a whole retrospective on Doom because he was special, man. And by the way, never too late to get into him. It's like Pink Floyd.
Oh yeah,
get into Doom whenever you want.
There's his family posted on his Instagram. I guess it was maybe 3 days ago now, 4.
The day it happened was New Year's Eve.
It was New Year's Eve. Yeah, so 4 days ago. But he passed on Halloween.
Yes. It had been a full 2 months since he passed. The announcement was 2 months later, which, by the way, is so perfect for MF Doom, who was always shrouded in mystery. For him to have his death announced and he'd already been gone for 2 months just seemed perfect. Although,
and the illest part, Static Selector put this up. He was like the irony of a guy that wears a mask passing on Halloween.
Yep.
And you not knowing about it.
The whole thing.
Levels ill.
But when I talked to Curious George, shouts to Curious, who has been down with him since the very beginning and stayed close with him, he was explaining how difficult it was because for the few people who knew about it, they had to live it twice.
Oh.
So they kind of mourned for 2 months. They got to a place of that place where you're at after 2 months, which it's still not great, but you're getting there. And then the news comes out and everyone's hitting your phone and you kind of have to relive it. But man, Doom was super special, man. There's some quality Doom records. I recommend if you were going to be like, what does this MF Doom guy sound like? I recommend you listen to Operation Doomsday by MF Doom and Mad Villainy by the Mad Villain, which is MF Doom and Madlib. I think those are probably the two easiest.
And if I don't know Madlib, have you ever heard No More Parties in LA by Kanye off of Life of Pablo? That's who produced No More Parties in LA, Madlib. And Kanye was an MF Doom fan. You can actually see there's one picture. It's super blurry and a party. It's got to be the 2010. No, the Givenchy area Kanye. So Da Vinci. So Watch the Throne, 2011, 2012. They're in a house party. or some kind of function. It's blurry. I said house party, but you don't even know. It's like a blurry photo, but Kanye definitely was an MF Doom fan. But yeah, check out Madlib, man. No More Parties in LA is like a crazy beat, and to even get noticed like that on a Kanye West album, and then Kendrick got on it too, made it even bigger.
Most
But Mad
digestible
Villainy
and quality
is the
projects.
album
But he has
with
joints
MF
with De
Doom.
La Soul. He has joints with Actually, Juanito, did you ever meet MF Doom in your traveling with Bishop
And
Nehru?
well, that's what. You know what? Let's
No.
go to DJ John and let's start the intro because that's what made me think about bringing it up right now.
Right?
Hey, it's DJ John. Johnny
It's DJ John.
Yo,
It's DJ John.
Yeah, no, Bishop Nehru. Shout to Nehru wherever you are.
Yeah, man.
DJ John, you're a DJ for Bishop Nehru, but that was his mentor, right? MF Doom.
Yeah, after speaking with him this weekend with Bishop, it really hit home for him. Like, he was more than just a mentor. I guess I knew there was a lot more teaching that Doom did to Bishop, and a lot more stuff that was happening behind the scenes. And I actually met Doom at a couple of shows we did with him. It's funny because he was a huge Knicks fan, and that show I wore a Knicks jersey, and he stopped me, and it was the first time he stopped me seeing him without the mask. I was like, I was like, wait, was that? Wow, it was mind blowing. I got the chance to see Doom in the studio with him, with Bishop, but man, love and light to Bishop, man, because I know he's going through it, because that's one of his friends. Like, I couldn't explain. Like, it's like, was Jordan to Kobe? That's the best analogy. Like, he would show more stuff about the game, producing, rapping, stuff like that. Like, and he was a fan. Like, Bishop was a fan of MF Doom, man.
A lot of people were a lot of the biggest names in hip hop. Here's all you need to know about MF
He's your
Doom.
favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
He's Andre 3000's favorite. He's Mos Def's favorite. He's Tyler the Creator's favorite. Like, the most creative people in hip hop, their favorite was MF Doom. That's how ill he was.
Full of concepts, lyrically just astounding. And, it's the type of rap that, a lot of cats get mad at me because, I know cats, that operate in the underground rap space. And they're like, yo, you don't ever play that real on Hot 97. And I'm like, man, most of the people listening right now, if I play some MF Doom, they would be like, okay, this is cool. This is cool, lyrical, I get it. It's fire. But they're not going to go for it every day.
No, bro, it plays on my show on Sunday night where it's supposed to play. That's where it's always played.
Well, and so I always have had this conversation for over 20 years. That the reason I love hip-hop is because there is an underground that is a thriving underground of people who make the music for the culture, for the art, and that's what keeps it thriving. And MF Doom, for me, was a reminder that hip-hop doesn't need people like me. It doesn't need mainstream radio. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't need that to thrive and be amazing and be legendary. Nope. It doesn't need it at all. And that's what keeps the culture really going.
I mean, you could argue, if you really wanted to get technical, you could argue that without the bullish of commercial radio during morning shows like this, I don't know that you get the same underground. Because that underground is always a reaction to what's going on in the mainstream.
That's right.
Now, listen, I admit, right now, I wish there was a little bit more balance within the most popular artists that are played and the music that we play. I think a lot of it sounds the same. However, I think there's a yin and a yang to hip hop. It's always been there too. It's really always been there. So Doom thrived during every era. Yo, Ebro, I thought about this the other day. MF Doom and Jay-Z are the only two cats that are still quote-unquote relevant who have been doing it since the late 80s.
Facts.
That's how long they've been around. Yo, Gasface, guys.
The Nehruvian Doom?
Yeah, the Bishop Project.
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. And he had a West Side. He did 2 songs with West Side Gun a couple years ago, and There's always more. He was always about to do more. Yo, I was never even in the room with the man. That's how rare he was. He's such an underground legend that I love him. I've been a fan of his whole career, basically. Never been in a room, never seen him perform, never shook his hand, never seen him. He was a different kind of cat. The stories we learned about him, it was crazy. Yo, Just Blaze came on for an hour and told us these stories about being a fan of his and just what he was like and the time that he was in the pit trying to take pictures of Doom, and Doom was on stage, and Doom was like, "Yo, my man, I know you must be somebody because of where you are, but yeah, you gotta go. You gotta put that camera away." And afterwards, he was like, "Yo, Just Blaze, I didn't know that was you." He was like, "No, it's all good. You're MF Doom. Like, you told me to put my camera away."
Yo, the ill part is people want that. People want the mystique, man. They want, what? As fans of hip hop, I love that he wore a mask. I love that he changed. He had so many aliases. I love all of that. I love it.
So fun. It taps into that nerdiness too that we like, that people love. People love comic books. People love having a niche thing to grab onto, and that's what Doom was. He made you work for it. It wasn't just some easy. Like, if you were an MF Doom fan, you had to put in a little work. You had to find out where he's playing. Where's the music?
And then busting down the lyrics on the album, you had to go, wait, what? Wait, what? You had to lean into that.
Well, and what made... So, Syph's not a fan of MF Doom, and when we were doing the One F is Doom this weekend, what made him really get on board was on Operation Doomsday, he comes out of the gate, the first two samples that he uses on the album. The first one is Sade, okay? And then the second one is Quincy Jones and James Ingram, 100 Ways. Like, he takes records that you would never even think could be hip-hop records, and flip them into hip-hop records.
Sade is, without question, Cypher's favorite artist of all time.
And no one flips Sade well. When people try to flip Sade, they kind of do it the Drakey way, where it's just like kind of another soft song played on
a slow jam. He didn't. That's not what MF Doom did.
No, MF Doom turns it into hip-hop. So go listen to some MF Doom today.
Yo, for the rap fans that's tuned in, man, go, if you haven't experienced MF Doom, going down that rabbit hole, man, it's definitely refreshing. And there's so much material for you to work with. It's kind of like discovering a new TV show. You're like, yo,
how many seasons they got? They got 30 seasons?
Yo, it's great. Yo, that was like my lady. I watched, we rewatched Game of Thrones. Well, I rewatched it. She saw it for the first time. She's like,
we won't end it there, though. But, yeah, man, rest in peace to MF Doom. I'm happy to learn a little bit more about him because, he's definitely a legend for sure. Like I said, he worked with Bishop Nehru. I'm a Bishop Nehru fan for sure. He's Tyler and them. There's a video of when Tyler and Earl actually met him for the first time online. Y'all should check that out too. But yeah, man, this is the second video. Like I said, I'm gonna try to come to you on a daily basis. No, I'm definitely coming to you on a daily basis. I'm gonna try to get another video out though today. I want to react to something I've been waiting for 2 years, maybe almost 3, and yeah, man. But yeah, look out for that video. It's coming up next. But please, like I said, comment, like, subscribe, let your friends know. Let's bring this together, man. My name's Kevin J gonna react. But man, let's do this together, man. Let's just try to build this channel up. And like I said, let me know what y'all feeling in the comments, what I can improve on. I want to make sure I can give y'all the best content possible, but also to react to stuff that y'all been waiting for. All right, have a good one.